A Catholic school teacher is fighting for her job after using racial slurs and also after working at the Catholic school for more than 4 decades. And her reply to her using the N-word was,
just can't believe it fell out of my mouth.
That she couldn't believe what came out of her mouth. This incident happened during a history class on Friday when she was explaining why the names of some sports teams are derogatory toward Native Americans. She attempted to draw a parallel to the N-word, and she said the slur twice. A student in her classroom captured all this audio of Miss DeVoto saying the racial slur. But Miss DeVoto said, if I could take it back in a heartbeat, I would. DeVoto said she was taken out of class and suspended that day. But on Monday, she was fired for the incident at hand. But also, the student's mother replied that it's just not appropriate for any educator to say those sort of words in class, especially as a white woman. And the student's mother was Sheena Gray, whose daughter attended the Catholic school. Gary said she contacted the school principal about DeVoto's comments. School officials said DeVoto continued to use the racial slur during a meeting with school officials, and that led to her being fired. In a statement, the school said these actions were made necessary because of a subsequent conversation with the teacher in which the same racial slur was communicated in its entirety several times, despite clear and formal directives to stop. The N-word is never acceptable. Wow. So she's pleading for her job back, right? But even after being exposed for using the N-word inside of the classroom on Friday, when she went to meet with the higher-ups in the school, and upon her explaining it, she was still using the N-word, which when we think about it, if I was using derogatory statements and I was called out for it, right? And then I'm on my job and the higher-ups bring me into the office and say, hey, they said that you said this, that, and the third. I wouldn't use it as that. I wouldn't say the exact terminology that I used when I was being exposed. You know, it's like when somebody say, ninja this, ninja that. And then they say, hey, we're going to fire you for your job. What actually happened? And then they ask you what happened. And you say, yeah, I was saying bleep, 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 and the N-word. And then I said bleep, 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 and the N-word. You wouldn't just say, I was just saying that ninja was whoop the whoop whoop. If you get me. You wouldn't use the same terminology that got you in trouble. You would use it at least in an acronymic type of way, right? But she didn't. She used it in the same way that she used it when the young lady recorded her. So they said, hey, that's why we really fired you. Because if you were willing to use it like that, that means that it didn't just fall out of her mouth like she said. She said that she couldn't believe that word fell out of her mouth. There's no way it could have fell out of your mouth the second time. It fell out of your mouth the first time. Yeah, we could say, oh yeah, it did fall out of her mouth. But it couldn't have fell out of your mouth again when you got amongst your higher ups and when it was coming down to your job. And that was the reason they fired her, because they saw it in her too that, hey, she's possibly a racist person that uses racist words, because she's still using them right now when she's trying to defend her case. And she's screaming and hollering and hoping that she gets her job back. See, we know you got your Joe Rogan that has his incident that he's having, and he was admitting to his, saying, hey, yeah, back then I was using the N-word. I was like ninja this, ninja that, and using all these racial slurs and stereotypes. But he's point blank admitting it and willing to take whatever consequence that comes with it, which, as we know, they're trying to cancel him. But in this Catholic school teacher's case, she's way out of pocket. She's really not trying to even be sentimental to using the N-word. So let me know in the comments what you think about it. When you read the story and when you're hearing the story from me, do you think she should get her job back after saying that the N-word fell out of her mouth? But then when she got with her supervisors and whatnot, and they asked her what happened, and she still let the N-word fall out of her mouth instead of using it and paraphrasing it as the N-word. And with that, I'm going to say this is the news in you. North, east, west, south. Unite from every alley in Cali, intersection and back street. Subscribe to the channel and hit the thumbs up on your way out the door.